I'm here at Contact in the Desert, and I've scored a talk with Jordan Sather. So,
how you doing?
Good. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, taking the time.
Yeah, thanks for sharing your vibration in New Zealand, because this event, this energy is going worldwide, and we're all a part of it, all obviously. And we need to red pill people.
Right.
Gently, as you stated before, and you gave methods for doing that. So that's the approach I want to take with this, because we have to be gentle, because most people have no idea. So could you give us a gentle red pill of what's happening here and in your life? First, give me a little background about yourself, and then a gentle red pill.
Cool. So let's go first into my background. I'm 27 years old right now, and at the age of about 21 is when I first had my, quote, awakening experience. I dropped out of college to work at a local health food store, because what I was learning at that health food store I found much more beneficial, practical, and useful than anything I was learning in college. And what I was learning at that health food store was at least the reality of the healthcare system. That's where I first got into learning about real world, let's call it that. So I began learning about vaccines not really being good for us, GMOs not really being good for us, fluoride not really being good for us, cancer cures that are all suppressed out there. So I began learning about all these things, and that naturally led me into other avenues, such as the financial system, and such as the controllers of the societal systems. I naturally wanted to find out about, free energy device. My mind was so open that there was no avenue I didn't go down, and I went down it all very fast. Right? It was 3, 4, 5 month span. I went from not knowing about any of this to, oh my gosh, we're all cattle in a slave system with strawman accounts, and free energy devices are pressed, and doctors and scientists are killed, and all this stuff. So it was very, very traumatic. And now this is about 6 years later. I have I went through the corporate world a little bit, worked some jobs in the healthcare realm, but I just naturally gravitated away from that into doing my own thing and wanting to get the messages out to the greater world. So I took myself onto the internet about a year and a half ago. I started a YouTube channel called Destroying the Illusion, and just shared my experiences, shared my information, shared my message. I did it in a variety of ways, whether it was through interviews, whether it was through just me on a whiteboard literally educating people, whether it was on location with vlog style content. Whatever the case was, I just wanted to make videos people could watch, connect with, and gain some self-empowerment, gain consciousness, increases off of. So, and that was, it's been an amazing success. It gained 100,000 subscribers in 1 year.
That's awesome.
And in recent months, I've had my channel terminated twice now, because I think some people somewhere weren't liking what I was saying.
Exactly.
Flying a little too close to the sun. There were some big toes I was stepping on.
You're on the right path, and that's why they tried to stop you.
Precisely. So that's where I'm at now, and now getting into the topic of red pilling, I kind of shared my story and how I was just deep and intense, my awakening process. I went to the bottom of it, and I truly had that dark night of the soul for a couple of years there, and it took me a while to get myself out of the trauma of seeing what was going on and be able to talk about it and connect with other people about it as well. So myself, it's not just one red pill that we take. It's many red pills, and in fact, it's you never stop taking them. It's
Absolutely.
a continual process of awakening. You don't just wake up and you're done.
No.
It's always a learning process. So I went through a lot of those red pills at the beginning, and this information, learning reality, learning what's really going on, it is transformative. Not just transformative. It's a better word might be. Slipping my mind right now, but
evolutionary,
transmutative. That's the one, because it's not just
a quantum leap.
Truly, you transmute yourself. You don't just transform. You don't just become a better individual. You literally go through the process of
quantum leap.
Yeah, you go through the process of being that phoenix that burns down and rises from the ashes, a completely different person.
Yeah.
This information.
But we don't have to hit bottom to do that.
You don't have to, but I would say we do. I would say we do.
Yeah.
We kind of do in some regards, because you can't have a true transformation. You can't shift your being if you still have any kind of attachment to the old. right? We're trying to build new societies, new people, completely new paradigms here.
Yes.
And with a new society, well, as above, so below, we're going to have to create new people.
Yes.
So yes, we are going to have to completely do away with the old to bring in the new. And also on that same note, what I want to say is, with these quote red pills, like I mentioned, I went through a lot real quick. This information it's a huge responsibility to share and to have. And you really have to be careful with how you present it. I often find that when people try to quote red pill or wake up their friends, they just don't,
Lots of people aren't ready for it.
Right, lots of people are just not ready for it, but at the same time, the information is not conveyed to them in a way that they can grasp it or that they'll find useful. So, of course, there's a lot of just shocking stuff out there that people are going to learn, and I find when a lot of people try to red pill or wake up their friends or convey this information, they do it so militantly, they do it so aggressively, and they do it from a perspective that, well, oh my God, the world is awful and terrible. Why would you want to listen to that kind of stuff? So what you have to do when you're red pilling your friends is you have to make the information, you have to make them want it.
Yeah.
You can always lead a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink it.
Right.
But what you can do is make the horse realize that they're damn thirsty horses. You can
Yes,
make that water
absolutely.
pretty damn tasty to that horse, right? I used to work in sales. I worked in retail sales for 3-4 years. That's what I was doing at that health food store. What I was having to do is not only sell products to people, but sell the information, sell the idea behind the products. And if I would say, well, your heart disease, you're stuck with it, and well, if you don't make changes, you're not gonna.
Sounds like a doctor there.
Right, and they're not gonna buy my product if I, they're not. I'm not gonna have a very successful store if I try to convey these red pill, like literal red pills and figurative red pills, right? They're literally not gonna take the red pills. So you have to sell the information in a way that's not selling in a connotation of lying to them, but you phrase the information as, like, for instance, let's just go. Preface this really quick here. Can we go rated R? Can we go balls to the wall?
Yeah.
You can edit it. Okay. So if you're talking about human trafficking, child sex trafficking, if you're talking about that being in elite circles, wow, oh my gosh, that's pretty shocking. But the thing is, you have to put an angle on it as if, well, we're looking at it and we're talking about it because that's what cleans it up.
Yeah.
Or, wow, free energy researchers and inventors are suppressed and wow, their warehouses are burned down and they're paid off and some of them are even killed. Shocking, right?
Right.
Well, here's the thing. If we convey that information as if, like, yeah, these free energy researchers are suppressed, but imagine the society we can have if we understand that and we begin awakening and having the awareness of that and with that awareness, of course, think of the society we get in the future, right? Yeah. So all this stuff is dark. Not all of it. A lot of it's dark, right?
But we have to get through that
Right?
to get to the positive, and that's what we need is we can't give them all negative news.
Mm-hmm.
We got to, because people need to connect with their hearts.
Exactly. What is negative news? Negative positive is just how you're looking at it. So when talking about this dark stuff, a lot of people say, oh, it's negative, I don't want to think about it. It's not negative. The information itself has no inherent negative positive to it. It's how you're looking at it. That information to me is extremely positive because you can only scatter the cockroaches by shining a light on them. So that's how I look at it. To really red pill, we have to think about how we're doing it. We have to convey a positive message and don't be so, forceful or aggressive with it.
Wow. You're no longer on YouTube, but people need to get more information because you are an expert at connecting the dots. I've
Appreciate
never
that.
been more amazed. You're just, wow.
Cool. Yeah, actually, I still am on YouTube. I have a backup channel. It's called Destroying the Illusion 2.0. So for the meantime, I can upload there. It doesn't have the 140,000 subscribers I did, but it's got 35,000, which, people are listening still, which is great. You can also find my videos on BitChute or DTube. So those are ways to find my videos. You can also follow me on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or just go to my website, sign up for the newsletter, and you can get, all the latest updates and
Could you spell
news
your
right
name,
there.
please?
It's Jordan Sather, JordanSather.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
This is incredible. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you having the time to have me on here. So,
Great.
thank you.